If you've ever created a mix that you think that you're happy with, but you'd still like to experiment with some of the different settings for the faders, your panning, and maybe even the different inserts that you're using, one thing that you can do is do a file save as, which is going to create an additional copy of your song, which you can then experiment within. But we also have console scenes that we can make use of. So let's take a quick look at that. Now we'll come down to the bottom and click on our mix console. And then here over to the left near the bottom we have this little button here for show scenes console. I'll go ahead and click once on that and we can see that that panel opens up, and we'll actually go ahead and hide our instrument rack by clicking here just so we have a bit more real estate. So here is my mix and I believe I'm happy with it, but I still like to experiment with some different settings for the faders, maybe the send levels, and maybe try out some different insert effects. So what we could do, the first step would be to come up to our scenes panel, and then we have a plus for add scene. We can also click on the disclosure arrow and we have add scene. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, and I'll call this original mix, press enter. And then now I'm just going to make some random adjustments here. Of course, when you do this for a real song, you're going to do it with intention, with purpose. But just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to make some adjustments to our fade levels, our panning. And then I'm going to come over to the plus button again, and I'm going to call this Alt Mix 1, press enter. And say I'm happy with those changes that I've made, but I'd also like to experiment with some different reverbs or different effects on here. So here we've got a spark verb. Let's click once on that and then we'll remove. I'll click on the plus, and let's just say I'll try out the native room reverb. Let's press enter and we'll go ahead and choose a new preset, and we'll come over to our fast hat loop here, remove that spark verb, and we'll add another room reverb here. Now, of course, typically we'll use reverbs on a send, but this is more of an experimental track. So if you're working on something like that, it's okay to have different reverbs on your inserts directly versus a send. You can see that I have some strings here that are being sent to an effects channel with a spark verb here. So while we're at it, we'll go ahead and remove this one as well. And let's add another reverb, and this time I'm going to choose the open air, which is the convolution reverb that's built into Studio One. I actually don't have the IR impulses installed, so we won't worry about that. We can see that we now have open air here instead of the spark verb. And for one last change, maybe we'll come over to the stock compressor and we'll change that out. Let's go ahead and remove, and we'll come over to the Tokyo Dawn Labs and let's select the Molotok here, and we'll make some adjustments randomly. Okay, so once again, I'll click on the plus, and I'll call this Alt Mix 2, and maybe I'll do a little parentheses just so we know what's going on here, and put new inserts, press enter. Okay, so now just take note of the settings here as well as the inserts, and when I double click on original mix, we can see that our faders and the panning has returned to that original mix setting. However, we still have the TDR Molotok and our room reverb. Those have not been adjusted. If I come to the Alt Mix 1, we can see that this will adjust our faders and take the panning back to the original settings that we had made for this Alt Mix 1. But again, we still have our TDR Molotok and the room reverb, the native reverb that we changed, and our convolution reverb. So this is going to be something important to take note of when you're creating these alternate scenes. If we take a look at the recall options here, we can see that inserts and sends are not selected. So if I go ahead and select these, I'm going to go ahead and let's put a spark verb on here. We'll take out, we'll actually leave that, and we'll remove the room reverb here. Put a spark verb for the open air. We'll take that out. Another spark verb. Once again, clicking on the plus, we'll call this Alt Mix 3. Press enter. So we can clearly see our changes back to using the spark verb here. But then when I come back to the Alt Mix 2, We can see that the room reverb is removed from our impact channel. We're back to the native room reverb as well as the convolution open air reverb. If I come to Alt Mix 1, we're then back to our original mix. And let's come back to Alt Mix 3. Okay, and then we can see that the inserts are updated. So again, when you're setting up your scenes, it's important to take note of the recall options and be sure that you check any of these settings that you'd like to be included in your snapshots or scenes that you're creating. Now we also have a handful of options down at the bottom for selected channels only. So if we were to click once to select our main impact channel, I'll hold Shift and select all of these. Then we can check this, and then our actions will only affect those selected channels. We then have recall input channels, recall output channels. And another thing to keep in mind is that if we were to make changes to any automation or apply automation to our faders, panning, our inserts, those adjustments will be retained with any new scenes that we are creating. Now, a couple of final things to be aware of is that if we were to right click on any of these scenes, just clicking once we don't change, so you do need to double click. But if we right click, we can recall the scene. It's already active though. We can rename that scene. Clicking on that, we can just have our little dialog and then rename that as we'd like. Let's right click again. We can update a scene or we can remove a scene. Clicking on the disclosure arrow, we have these same options here. So again, this is just a great way, a convenient way to experiment with different mixes and different settings of your parameters, faders, panning. If you prefer not to do a file save as to create an entirely new song file to do your experimentation with. And we'll go ahead and wrap up here. I hope this has been useful. If you're interested in one-on-one training with me for Studio One over Zoom, I do provide that. You can find more information by checking out the link in the pinned comment below or the description area of this video. And otherwise, I hope to see you in the next tutorial.